Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's us, Small Town VA here.
On our way to Roanoke, to actually Salem, to go to the VA for an appointment for my husband.
Yep, my good old screwed up body. So, we're just going to mainly be talking about the basics, you know, how Covington, Virginia really is. And
everybody has a difference of opinion, of course, as we said this before, because some people have grown up here from childhood and they hate it. Some people are semi-new, or they came here as you know, a younger child but not a baby, and they love it. But, I mean, there's a variety of people. We're just speaking on our behalf as newbies. We lived in Roanoke for about a year before we came here, so we do know Virginia, but we're new to Covington.
yes, that is a fact. So basically, once again, we understand that everyone is different. They all have different thoughts. You know, many people here have complained that there's nothing here. They want to get out.
Which is understandable.
If you've been here for a long time. But, you know, we came from Denver, Colorado.
We both lived in big cities our whole life, so this is our first time living, one, away from our family, and two, in a very, very small town.
That's right.
Which is what we wanted. We wanted a small town.
So this is what we asked for. This is what we wanted. And let me tell you, the drug epidemic in the bigger cities are 10 times worse. And the homelessness problem is about 100 times worse in the bigger cities than in the small towns.
Which we understand that for people who live here, it is bad. We're not saying it's not bad. We're just saying we've seen worse. And for us, this is tolerable. What we see here is tolerable.
It ain't that bad to us.
To us.
So we figured we'd just, go over some things. And by the way, right now we are going through Iron Gate, Virginia. Which
is also adorable. It's very cute.
A nice, tiny town. No stoplights, as far as I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, cute little home diner right over here.
There was a fun little house that blew up and burnt down a few months back. It's gone now. We're kind of sad because we thought, hey, that would be fun to knock it down and build something.
Yeah, knock it down and build something right there. But, you know, hey.
Somebody else took over.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd want to buy this old school that's over here to our left. But
speaking of which, we did find a house that we thought about, or we are currently thinking about purchasing in Covington. It is closer to the mill, so it's not an ideal situation.
And it has been burned down.
It has been burned down. But it's going for super cheap, and we're thinking we might want to buy that, fix it up, and stay there for probably a good year, and then maybe rent it out. So.
Yeah, well, you know, just depending. We'll figure it out. But, you know, I mean, when you see something for $10,000 for land, which has a shell on it, I mean, I think that's pretty dang decent.
We maybe even get lucky and not be able to get it we can get it less for 10. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. You know, yeah, obviously it's a burned down house. We would have to gut it, redo everything.
Yeah.
But at least if we redo it, we can do it properly.
Yeah. Make it a good little home. It's not on a big plot of land, but it's on a little bit of space. And there's 2 garages in the back that could completely be taken out, and it would definitely open it up. And the back just opens up to a little alleyway, which is nice, so we can use parking back there. Or there's lots of room to park in the front. And it's gated, which is nice. I want to keep the gate.
Yeah, it is gated, which is actually kind of rare. But anyways, so we're going to Salem VA for the VA hospital. I got if you guys don't know, I am jacked up.
We both are.
Yeah, we both are. But I'm jacked up from the military. I have a lot of problems. And unfortunately, I think I might have something going on with my shoulder. So we'll see what happens there. But anyways, this is our drive.
It's about an hour and 20 minutes.
It's about an hour, 10 minutes on this Highway 220 that goes through Eagle Rock, Daleville, and Fincastle, along with Iron Gate here, and Clifton Forge. So anyways, but yeah, this drive is absolutely beautiful, especially with everything now budding, everything coming to life. It is pretty dang relaxing. We have a lot of fun driving on it. And motorcyclists, this is probably one of the best drives and ride areas that you can actually go to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my phone isn't getting the best video of all time here.
We don't have quite the greatest setup yet, but one of the videos, though, I would like to make at some point, and I don't know if you guys are interested, but we would like to talk about how we met, because it was very, very interesting. Our story is very interesting. We do have a video up on YouTube, right?
We do. Another one, but I think we're going to redo it at one point. And basically, how we met was
through TikTok.
We, oh man, during the beginning of the pandemic, when everyone was going on lockdowns and whatnot, I was going through a rough relationship.
Me too.
And, we had a TikTok meetup with people that wanted to get out of the house. That way we didn't go stir crazy.
I had been in a 4-year relationship. I was living in Colorado. He lived in New Mexico, and I was trying my best to get out of it. And I was just one of those too afraid to leave kind of thing, until he said one day, "You're never going to find anyone. I know you better than anybody. You never leave the house." And then laughed at me in my face when I told him, if God wants someone in my life, He's going to put him in my life no matter what. And it just so happened that this TikTok meetup happened, and a friend of mine who was starting it, and I was still very new to Denver, has said, if you come out, we can introduce you to some people and you can make some friends. And I thought, okay, this is what I need. I went, and interesting enough, the friend that I went for, his best friend was my current husband. And we met in passing, like, hey, this is Josh, I said, hi, that was kind of it.
Hey, nice to meet you, I'm serving pizza, leave me alone.
Yeah, it was kind of like, we didn't like look at each other, go, it was just, there was a lot going on, so we didn't notice each other. Plus, he was there at the time with his girlfriend, and she was off somewhere with the kids playing at the park or whatever, so he was just kind of helping out and so forth. And then when I got there, and I actually met someone else there, and we were chatting and we were talking about going out, and he's still a friend of mine. He's great, but just didn't quite work out. And then lo and behold, the interesting part about all this is I hated my husband before I even met him.
Incoming call. Press you can phone button to answer.
Oops, sorry about
call
that.
Rejected.
Call rejected. Yay!
I was texting Josh because everybody had told me he was the person to go to and talk to try and get arrangements made so we could have a birthday party for our mutual friend. And every idea I was trying to throw out, wonderful Josh here was responding negatively. Everything was a no. No, he wouldn't like that. No, the weather wouldn't handle it. No, and finally I just got fed up, put the phone down and said, he's a jerk. I'm not going to bother with him anymore.
And mind you, I knew this guy.
Yes.
So I knew what he would not like and what he would like. And unfortunately, as much as I loved her ideas...
No, you didn't.
I loved her ideas, shut up. I knew he wouldn't like it, and that he would throw a fit. And yeah.
And as the days have gone on and years have gone on, I look back, he's right. He would have thrown a fit because he is very much like that. But we won't go there. We won't talk about that.
We won't talk negative about it.
We're no longer friends with him, and he has his life, we have our own. But
he went on his own way.
But because of him, we do thank him because, we're happily married, coming up on 5 years.
5 years.
Anyway, but yeah, so after this whole texting debacle, I was so fed up with this man, and I don't even remember him. I just remember, I don't even remember meeting him. So I didn't actually know who I was texting until a few weeks later. I went to our mutual friend's house for an event he was doing, and I was taking over some stuff for him to distribute. And him and I were hanging out for a good few hours, and then I was almost getting ready to leave when he got a phone call, and he's like, "Oh, it's Josh. He's my best friend. Do you mind?" And I was like, "Oh, him." And he started laughing and answered the phone and put it on speakerphone. And he goes, the person on the line, Mr. Josh, was like, "Hey, buddy, I ain't got nothing going on. Can I stop by and hang out for a little bit?" And of course, our mutual friend said, "Sure, come on down. I'm just hanging out with Letty." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Yeah, remember me? The one who was texting you and everything was no." And you could tell in his voice, automatic was like, yeah,
no.
I'm sorry, yeah. Like, he was very nervous. And I felt instantly guilty because I realized that he didn't realize I was being sarcastic and I was joking.
She wanted to stab me. She wanted me to riddle me with holes.
Kinda. But anyway, so about 20 minutes later, as we're sitting there in our friend's house, or I'm sitting there in my friend's house. Now he's in this little trailer, so there's only one couch and it's only a 2-seater. So I'm sitting on the couch, and our mutual friend is just sitting on a chair in front, and we're just chatting. And all of a sudden, the dog goes crazy, and I look over because the door is open, and this man is standing there in full uniform with a gun on his hip, and I went, uniform. That really is what caught my attention first.
Then I got the googly eyes.
Oh yeah, but he didn't notice because
she wanted to stab me, and she has an RBF.
Well, yeah, that too. But no, he didn't notice because he didn't look at me. He was so afraid of me. He did not raise his head once to look me directly in the face until after about 2 hours, or no, after about an hour and a half-ish.
Now, in my own defense, people, when I first saw her, I went, damn, she is beautiful. And then, of course...
I was a lot younger and thinner at that point. So.
Well, of course, at that point in time, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I don't want to make it like a look apparent, so I'm going to look away.
Oh, yeah. It was ridiculous. So he sat next to me on this little chair for hours. And if I turned to ask him a question, he would look directly straight at our friend and answer that question without looking at me.
I was a coward.
He was such a baby. Then after 2 hours, he finally relaxed a little bit, and then he would actually turn his head and look at me and have conversation with me. And it was almost instant we started flirting.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost instant we started flirting.
Yeah. We started making videos together that night.
We made some videos together that night on TikTok.
My dad, the next day, did I tell you what he said?
No.
The next day, he was like, "Who's that boy you're making TikToks with?" And I said, "Oh, that was this guy, Josh, and we were hanging out with friends." And he's like, "Call you redneck?" He's like, "You better stay away from that redneck." And he said something like that. I go, "Dad!"
And
lo and behold, I'm just kidding. And,
lo and behold, I married her.
And my dad absolutely loves him, so it was more of a joke, and he was just trying to be a little brat. But I think he knew right away because he's never once ever called me out on anybody I was talking to before, friend or not.
So anyways,
he sensed it.
We progressed through the night. We had a whole lot of fun. And
this is where our stories may differ a little bit, but go ahead.
And then she was like, grab my chest. And I'm like,
that part.
And I'm like, excuse me? No, I'm not going to grab you. I'm a gentleman.
Oh, please.
I am a gentleman. I am a man of man.
And I didn't say grab my chest. I did not say that.
Yeah.
We're talking about nipple play.
Yeah, well, either way, she was like, grab him. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then, of course, she was like, it's fine. And I'm like, great. Next thing you know, I'm going to be like, did you catch a predator or something, I definitely didn't want to do that. So, of course, I kind of, backed away like a scared, I don't know what you call me. A wimp.
I would say another word, but we won't go there. We won't say that.
Well, yeah, we both know we can't say that.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what happened. And then after that night, we had some fun. We went our own ways. My boy, my man, at that time, talked me up, which was fantastic.
Well, because I had a conversation with him after you left that I don't know if he told you about.
Nope. No, he did not.
Yeah, after you left, I told him...
Moose! Sorry. Cows!
After he left, I was sitting with a mutual friend, and I had said, I like this guy. If he were to ask me out, I would definitely not say no. And he kind of giggled and said, he's a really good guy. He's got a really good heart. And I remember saying that is exactly what I saw. That I have never met a man who was so caring like him. Ooh, and then, honestly, his head was bald. He looked scary. I'm not going to lie. He looked very scary. He looked very... Skinheadish. So I was very nervous about him. Although he had a gun, so that kind of helped things. But... when he started talking, I just couldn't believe, one, how much we had in common, and two, just what an amazing person he was inside. Just so sweet. So I was telling my friend that, like, if he asked me out, I wouldn't say no. Kind of find out. I mean, I knew earlier in the night that I was 7 years older than him, and I thought that was kind of pushing it.
What can I say? I'm that good.
Oh, my goodness. So, go ahead with the after.
So, a couple days later, I'm working a night shift over at a warehouse. And,
about an hour away from where I live.
Yeah, about a little over an hour from where she was living at. And, I ordered a pizza for lunch. Well, technically dinner. But still, I ordered a pizza. And all of a sudden, I'm waiting, and then I look, and they canceled it. So I was doing a TikTok live, and I said, hey, anyone want to bring me some food? Hey, as a joke. And lo and behold, Miss Taco Maker right here popped up, and she said, yeah, I'll bring you some food. I'm like, nah, seriously, you don't have to. Well, she did. She brought me an entire taco spread. Homemade, from scratch taco spread, which was fantastic, by the way. Then she showed up, and we were in my vehicle, and we were talking.
Not only tacos, I made you Mexican rice, too.
Yeah, she made me rice, tacos, whatever.
The taco shells.
Yeah, she packed me up good, guys. Let me just say this. Fat man all the way. So, anyways, so I didn't even touch the tacos when she got there. We talked for about 2.5 hours.
And it was nonstop. It was like there was no silence or awkwardness in between. It was very comfortable.
We talked like high school girls.
Yeah, kind of.
There you go.
We took pictures and made jokes, and it was a fun night. It was a fun first date, I guess.
Yeah, it was great. It was absolutely awesome. And then I just looked at her and I said, I'm sorry, you better get going, or I'm gonna kiss you.
Made me so nervous. My stomach was turning. I was like, because I really wanted him to kiss me too. It was very, I have never been that nervous before when I've been talking to somebody and it starts to get flirted like that. I've never felt that way. So I left, and the whole way home I'm thinking about the whole night, and I'm like, oh crap, because the first thing that came to my head was, if I don't marry this man, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. I kept saying that in my head the whole way home, and it was a long trip home. And the next day I texted my sister, and I had said, I think I'm in trouble. And she said, what happened? And I said, I think I'm very much in love, and I know I shouldn't be. It's just one night, but I have to be with this man, or I'm gonna regret it. And she's laughing because she's like, God, you're crazy, you just met him. And so she thought it was funny. And I brought up the fact that I was 7 years older, and she makes comments here and there to this day about how I'm a cradle robber.
But
she finds it hilarious.
So that all happened. But my relationship with my son's mother
was still going,
but it was falling apart for over a year. And
they were separated.
We were separated for over a year, and it was on the condition that she get back on track with her health and a job, and for a whole year she didn't do any of them. And then I just looked at her and I said, listen, I like you as a friend, but I can't be in a relationship with you if you can't take care of yourself.
Because they had a child together. She had a daughter from a previous relationship, and then she had their son, and so there's a lot to that as well, but we could tell in another TikTok.
But so basically that it fell apart.
Yeah.
And then while all that was falling apart, I was in a super bad place. And then lo and behold, Letty came along and propped me up, and I was doing a lot better.
He just needed a little encouragement, that's all. He didn't have anybody to help guide him. He just was doing what he thought he could, working 16-hour days at a job that was not paying him nothing. I mean, it was paying him pennies. And
carrying a gun, putting my life on the line.
Yeah.
Go figure.
He just needed someone who can give him a little support and help him a little bit, and he didn't have that,
So, anyways, that all happened.
I thank my parents for that, because that's how they taught me.
That all happened, and then we started dating.
We had some bumps in the beginning, but
we did have some bumps in the beginning. She found out that I was a Trump supporter.
That was tough because my family are very, very hardcore Democrats, and my mom almost did not give him the time of day, just because of that, no matter how great of a man he was. However,
the thing is that even though I supported Donald Trump, and this is the way I feel about it, even to this day, you are more than welcome to support whoever you want.
You just be civil.
Just be civil. You can have a discussion, just be civil.
My husband and I don't really agree on everything when it comes to politics, but we've managed to be happy and married for 5 years, and it doesn't separate us. It doesn't separate us from our family. We all have different opinions. All of us have different opinions, when it comes to political views, but that's not something that's going to put a wedge in between any of us.
Yeah, it's not going to put a wedge between us. We still love each other. We don't agree with everything, but then again, whoever does.
We love to debate.
We do love to debate.
Me and my cousin Ron love to debate. My daughter loves to watch us too, because she's like, how do you guys do that and not want to hate each other afterwards?
I guess you could call us master debaters. Okay.
So glad you make yourself laugh. Anyway, but so 5 years, managed to be married, happy. We actually eloped 5 months after we met, and
which everyone calls us crazy for, but we've done very well.
Yeah, but we were happy, and it didn't feel wrong. And my daughter, who is ordained, she's the one who came out secretly, and she married me and my husband. For our first marriage, we've had 3.
And then I looked like an angry lumberjack at that point in time.
His head was still bald.
Still bald, but a big old beard.
And nobody knew. We didn't tell anybody. And then roughly 6 months later, I believe, we went to a Scottish festival in Denver, and with his stepmom.
Estes Park?
Yeah.
Estes Park, Colorado.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh my God. But we went with his stepmom and his dad, and they had no idea we were already married, but they were talking about doing a hand fasting, which is the
traditional Scottish equivalent of getting married.
The tying the knot actually comes from the Scottish wedding, from that event. So we did that, and we got married again for a second time. We did the hand fasting, or the hand, what is that? I forgot the name already.
Called hand fasting.
Yeah, hand fasting. There you go. We did the hand fasting. And then later we told his parents that we had signed marriage certificate while we were there, and, officially got married. And so they knew we were married, but we didn't really tell them the truth. We had actually signed the marriage certificate like 6 months prior to that. But
I mean, do you really honestly want to tell your family that you eloped?
Yeah, not really.
No, I don't think anyone really wants to go that way.
In fact, it was 3 years in before I told my mom, and she wasn't even happy at that point. She's like, "Oh, you're lying." I'm like, "No, we got married 5 months after we got together. Tina came down, my daughter came down, and she married us, and she was a little upset."
She was more upset at the fact that they spent money on a wedding venue.
Yeah, because they did pay for a big wedding because they still didn't know we were married, but they knew we were engaged. And they, of course, my dad was like thrilled to have a wedding for us. So he paid for our wedding. And again, there's reason behind it all.
Hey, it's potato.
We eloped because, and my husband found this out the hard way, but we eloped initially because I did not want my family involved, because it would not have been our wedding. It would have been theirs. And as much as I love my family, I wanted it to be my special day. And I made it exactly that. Our first wedding was probably one of my favorites. Our third wedding, the big wedding, was amazing, and it was beautiful, and I love that everybody was there.
I wore my kilt.
Yeah, you got to wear his kilt.
She wore her 50s.
It was a very interesting wedding.
Very interesting wedding.
It was half Scottish, half 50s, because I am a 50s girl, and I have a lot of 50s outfits. I usually wear my hair in a 50s hairstyle. My makeup is pretty much always done as if I'm in the 50s. I don't know what it is about that era that I love, but I love it. So it was a very mixed wedding.
It was a very mixed wedding, but hey.
But it was ours. That's what I loved. But yeah, when they had the big wedding, my husband found out that I was right. My parents completely took over. They even bought the dress that I was wearing. I had a choice. They gave me a choice of 3 different options, and I chose one. And all we really had to do was show up, right?
That is true. So anyways, she is now technically clan steward.
I am, yes.
Royal steward. So,
and I take that with pride. I'm very happy when, people ask me about me. I'm like, well, I'm married Scottish. And, of course, Mexican. So
she's the only Mexican Scottish. She's the whitest Mexican.
I
Scottish.
always have said I am the whitest Hispanic you'll ever meet. And I've said that way before my husband. And now, it is beyond true.
That is a fact. It is beyond true. So, anyways, we are entering Fincastle, Virginia right now.
Which is another cute little town.
Yeah, Fincastle is another very cute little town. They have little shops all over the place. It's
$3.29 for gas out here. It's crazy right now.
Yeah, 10 cents cheaper than where we are.
Yeah.
Anyways, but cute tiny little town. You don't want to speed through here. Their main revenue source is speeding tickets.
Yep.
But if you're ever through here, they have a lot of cool stuff.
They have this really cool place up ahead that you'll see on the left where they sell a ton of different furniture, like outside patio furniture.
Yeah, they have
really
they have a nice little market up over here.
Yeah.
They're building if I remember correctly, a brand new courthouse and jail.
Mm-hmm.
So the area is growing.
They have these homes are just adorable.
Yes.
And you can tell that people take a lot of pride in these homes because not a lot of them look run down.
That's right. A lot of these are in great shape over here. The fire department over here is probably one of the most top-notch ones I've seen around.
Oh, there it is on the left. We just missed it.
No. I'm sorry our camera view isn't the best.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure things out with the whole camera thing, and we only have we have a TikTok thing that we bought that just holds up your camera, but it's with my husband's camera, the way it holds it, it's awkward.
Yeah, it is awkward. I just need to figure out a new mounting solution.
Which we'll get there because I found one that I think you'd like, but I'll show you later.
Okay.
Anyway, but it's now that the weather's changing, it is starting to get gorgeous again. Look at all the green, and I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it is starting to get green, and it is so pretty.
That's right, it is starting to get very pretty. So anyways.
Peaceful.
Yeah, this is our drive in.
And this is usually what we do if we're not doing a video, is just chatting about the old days and about our past and thinking about life, future,
There's
kids.
a fact.
We talked a lot, if y'all haven't noticed.
So, anyways, we're going to talk about Covington and
Yes.
what kind of opportunities are available in Covington. Housing. There are houses there. They are well below the national average.
Some of them do need work.
Some of them do need work, so if you can put a little bit of work into it, or you got a little bit of money to throw into it, there's a lot of houses that would be very good, very wonderful.
Yeah.
Young people, there are not a lot of attractions. There's 2 bars, and there's 2 bars as far as I know, but they're not party bars. They're relax, food, bar type kind of stuff. And then
and usually everything that closes down at 6. I know that like some of the restaurants are open a little later, but the world in Covington kind of shuts down roughly at 6.
Yes, that's a fact. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when we were back in the city, we were suffocating. Just absolutely getting destroyed, suffocating with the amount of crap that was going on there. Bills were killing us.
Yeah.
You name it, we were going through it. So, out here, it is definitely slower. You have to understand that you have to take your time, because rushing around like we did when we first got here, you can get to all the places you need to in like 10 minutes.
I've always been a very gotta get it done kind of person. Very type A personality. I have a little OCD problem with cleaning, spreadsheets. Those are my 2 vices, basically. I do a spreadsheet for almost anything and everything. You should see when we move, everything is color-coded and put out on a spreadsheet. Totes are usually all color-coded. I have this personality. Well, out here, when we moved, it's much different. It's such a slower pace that when I got into the job that I did, that I'm now officially out of, it was hard to adjust because I wanted to jump in and start doing my job, where they're more like, you'll get to it in time.
You'll get into time, yeah.
You have training first, and it took 3 months before I could actually start working. And even then, I was only given, like 2 people to start working with. My job is to work with at least 30 to 40 people. And 3 months later, I only had 2 people that I was working with, really, ultimately. So it was very hard for me to adjust and slow down. Very hard.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, so it was very hard to get things done, and yeah, it sucked. But once we got used to it, it went all right.
And once you learn in town too, even if that, I don't no longer have that job, but when I'm now home, well, I've only been home for a day, but the one thing about it is that once you kind of slow down, you realize how great that little town is. And even though there's not a whole lot to do, there's enough to do.
Yeah, there's always something to do. There's entertainment stuff there. There's festivals. Even during Christmas time, there's stuff to do.
Yeah, they're not huge events like they are in the big towns, but they are still fun.
Yeah, they're still fun. There's still stuff to do.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Allergies are a bitch out here, though. Excuse my language.
The allergies are a pain in the ass. I will fully say that. If you're an allergy person, you better come packing with Claritin or whatever your brand is.
I usually get allergies all year long. Anywhere else, out here, it is like the worst. I take an allergy medication every day now, which I've never had to do before. Usually would just come and go. But out here, it's every day. Every day.
Yeah,
but
every
it's a small
single day.
price to pay for happiness.
Yeah, it is a small price. Yeah, that's a fact. So, what can you do? But basically, it's not horrible. It's slow living. It's good living. It's beautiful out here. There's not a lot of jobs in Covington
Yet. It seems like it's starting to grow a little bit, though, slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Entrepreneurs. There are storefronts here that you can get. There are empty warehouse buildings. There are empty buildings, trust me.
There's a lot of empty buildings.
There's a good chunk of empty buildings here. So you can work out a deal or whatnot to get where you want to go. So, in that aspect, remote workers, there's internet, it's fast, it's good.
Yeah.
And we have not really had any problems with the internet.
No, we've had really good internet.
Yeah, to be honest with you, we've had some pretty good internet.
They have fiber, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, out in the rural areas, you're gonna have to go satellite, but mainly they do have fiber. So, yeah, there are pros and cons. The pros is that it's quieter. You don't have to listen to, sirens all the time. You don't have to.
No,
property taxes are relatively low for where we are, the county.
You never hear gunshots.
Yeah, we don't hear gunshots, unlike Roanoke when we were there.
Yeah.
I mean, and just overall, it's a better quality of life.
It is. And our son is happy.
Our son is happy.
He really, really loves it there, and he has made such really good friends. And we have made such really good friends.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not someone who makes friends easily, and I have made some really good ones.
Yes. So where we are now is we're entering Daleville. Daleville is just before Roanoke. It is
another small town.
Another small town.
It's a little bit bigger than Covington.
Actually, it's a lot bigger than Covington.
But it's not as big as Roanoke.
They're gentrifying it. They're making it look nice. They have a YMCA here. They're starting to bring in a bunch of restaurants, you name it. They have a lot more apartments over here. It
is a little bit cheaper than Roanoke, but it's still a little more expensive than Covington.
Now it's probably getting close up near Roanoke prices.
It's getting closer to it, yeah. I mean, they're right in the middle, but they're rising because it's becoming a bigger city. They're expanding it a lot, and again, the homes are nice. They're nice. They're kept up very well. There's a lot of cute little shops. There's some restaurants they're putting up. There's a lot of work being done to it.
That's a fact. All right, guys. Well, this is where we are going to end it.
Okay.
So, please like, follow, subscribe.
Help our little family out. Don't be afraid to visit Family Love by Jessie on Etsy and look at our shirts, our hats, our mugs. We have all kinds of stuff up there.
Amazon store is coming soon.
It's in the works.
At the moment.
So is TikTok shop?
TikTok shop, we're also in the works at the moment. And Etsy, we are up on there. And we will post the links in the comment section and or in the bio.
Yes.
So, alrighty, guys.
Bring us some support, people.
Yep, please like, share, follow, comment your thoughts, what you guys want to see, what you guys want us to do, and
ask us questions.
I mean, we're fully open.
All right.
And also, mind you, because I have to say it, because there's people that are already tried, we will not do anything illegal or inappropriate.
Yes, we are a good, wholesome family. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, have a good one, guys. Small Town VA out.